Disputes between dormitory operators and employers are on the rise as workers are being moved out to ensure segregation. One operator says up to 30% of its clients have breached their contracts since the pandemic began. Authorities issued guidelines to encourage both parties to work out these issues fairly yesterday. Isabel Lim has more.
PQ Builders has about 130 workers staying in Tuas View Dormitory, but about 20 of them were moved out to minimize the risk of COVID-19 transmission when its construction projects restarted 2 weeks ago. Despite discussions with the dormitory, it says it had to forfeit 2 months' worth of rental deposit as a penalty for terminating their contract prematurely.
So in actual fact, for these 2 months, we're actually paying double. In this COVID, all of us are suffering, right? For them to adhere to the original contract, I think it is not too empathetic.
And such incidents are increasingly common. S11 Dormitory says about 20 to 30% of its clients at its Punggol site have breached their contracts since the pandemic began. In fact, the Dormitory Association of Singapore told CNA it has received feedback on this from all 24 purpose-built dorms it represents. It says operators are under financial pressure too.
During circuit breaker, the foreign workers actually reside within the dorm in a 24-hour setting, and they are not allowed to leave the dorm. There's increase in refuse, and other utilities. And during this period of time, I think dorm operators, we have not increased our rates.
Rent collection during this period has also been challenging as companies are facing cash flow problems. For S11, it says it has been trying to help by halving the deposit amounts forfeited. And Centurion Corporation, which runs 4 dormitories, told CNA it's providing rental rebates and payment deferrals to some tenants. It says about 15% of them have raised issues related to their contracts since June. Some on the employer side are hopeful there's enough common ground to resolve the issues amicably.
Everybody knows that the last thing we want is to have infection in the dorms another time. I think in this current climate, we need to actually help each other. The last thing is that we want to put commercial terms in place that to hinder each other's ability to get back on our feet.
In its latest guidelines, the Manpower Ministry made proposals including discussing alternative ways to achieve segregation and allowing the option of early termination. It says it will review their effectiveness in facilitating the rehousing of workers and will take steps to expedite the process if needed.